Gonna spend a day up here in the big woods. Gonna hunt this morning, scout midday, hunt this evening, and head back home. This is one of the spots I wanted to scout today. I mean, that looks like really good bedding over there. My plan is to walk down here, get on the back side of this thick creek bottom stuff, and make a loop all the way around it. Just kicked up a really nice buck. That buck was bedded right there. He looked like a decent 7 or 8 point. I just found a big deer bed about 20 yards away from where I seen that buck. He was right there by that bush. I thought I seen him jump up and run, but there's no bed there. He must have just been up browsing around or something. But there's like little humps, mounds all through this brush. And this guy's bedded right on top of one of those mounds. Like he's pretty well hidden laying down, but if he stands up, he can kind of see over top of everything. Found a couple scrapes, and there's like somebody built a water hole back here. And I mean, it is super thick right here. I did find a couple deer tracks going in here. And over here, there's a scrape. There's a little scrape. An old scrape. Yeah, it's just the strangest thing. It has to be man-made. Alright, stop number 2 for scouting. I'm gonna walk the downwind edge, this clear cut, and see if I can find some sign. I'm only 50 yards off the road. There's an old scrape. There's another old scrape. Finding a lot of scrapes and rubs, but they're all old. There's the trail going through the weeds there. There's a big scrape right here. There's a big track. There's the edge. There's the opposite edge. That's a big track. It looks pretty old though. Man, this spot looks really good. I just don't like how old the sign looks. That scrape's right at the tip of my arrow. It looks pretty wet out here, so there probably is some beaver ponds. I'm thinking I can get in that cherry tree right there. I can watch over all this beaver dam creek bottom thicket. And I might have a couple little windows to shoot back towards the scrape. All the acorns are on top of this ridge that I'm walking on. You get 100 yards down over the hill and there's nothing. This gated road, nobody can get in here except for like well tenders. I just found a gut pile from what I believe to be a cow. When I first seen it, I was like, oh my God, if that's from a bear, that's like an 800-pound freaking bear. But you can see the stomach matter. It looks like it's hay. I don't know. You just never know what you're gonna find in the woods. Just got back into the boulder field. My dad shot a bear back here a long time ago. Quite a few acorns. I mean, they're spread out though. Like every 100 yards, I'd say, you'll find a couple. Then you'll find a buck rub and a scrape or one or the other. And just nothing that makes me go, wow, I need to hunt here. The best sign I seen was that clear cut. I probably should have backed out and hunted it, but I didn't. I made a loop all the way around it and my wind blew right through it. Not a very exciting video, but I figured I'd share it with you guys. Some pretty scenery. Talk to you guys on the next one. I'm on my way to pick Joe up right now. We're gonna head up to the big woods, do a little bit of doe, bear, and turkey hunting. Primarily a scouting mission to find a couple spots to sit for rifle bear hunting, but you never know what we'll get into. It's about 7:45. We're all set up at our morning spot. Joe just hit the grunt tube. Didn't tell me he was gonna hit it. Joe just seen 2 deer running behind me over there. He didn't get a real good look at them. Get my big camera out. Next time it goes on there, I'm gonna try to get my big camera. Found some bear sign. Finally. There's scratch marks climbing up this apple tree. It has a limb broke. And that's only the second tree we've checked. There's like a half dozen apple trees here. We just climbed up here on this little knob overlooking this clear cut. back into big woods. I'm gonna go to the same general area I hunted last Saturday. Try to fill my doe tag. Nothing's moving. I'm surrounded by different types of bedding cover. There has to be a deer here somewhere. I'm gonna try to make something happen. I've been walking down this creek. Meets up to the bigger creek right here. There's a couple nice buck rubs, and I found several beds right in here. Still no deer movement. I'm gonna start working my way out of here. Still hunt up through this creek bottom. Just found an awesome clear cut. Right here behind me, when I just started dropping over the hill, I found a very defined trail going through this crap, and I walked both sides of the trail. And there's no deer tracks, and it almost looked like a bear trail, but I wasn't sure. I went like 10 more yards down the logging trail, and there is a huge pile of bear scat. That's a size 13 hiking boot. That's a big bear. It's not very fresh. Over a week old, I would guess. That tree right there. It's just small enough that I could barely put my climber in it. And I can see all the way down over. There's actually a logging road that goes all the way down to standing timber. And I can overlook this whole cut. That bear trail. And bear scat is just down that ridge. And I can see this logging road all the way up to the top of the hill. I'm dropping over the side of the mountain down into this valley. I found some pretty big buck rubs right over there. I didn't film them. I got up here by this pine tree. And there's a pile of scrapes under it. Decent sized buck tracks. Came over here to check out this big apple tree, and there's claw marks. Like not super fresh. And you can see those old claw marks from years past. There's definitely a bear that comes through this valley once in a while. I didn't find any scat or tracks when I was in the beaver ponds. I didn't film any of the beaver ponds. After I left, I remembered, oh yeah, probably should have filmed that. Lots of buck rubs, scrapes. Looks pretty good. Oh, there's more deer. I'm on my way home. It's 5 o'clock. I never seen a single deer in the woods today, but I've seen 5 buck and probably over 20 doe driving around. Always on private land, never anywhere I can hunt them. But that was a fun trip. Did find a couple spots to bear hunt. And really, that was the whole plan. Try to kill a doe in the morning, then scout for a bear. We'll be back up here in exactly a week to bear hunt. Talk to you guys then.